4 o'clock on March 27th. It's a regular meeting of the Board of Directors of the Twin Half Palms Water District. This meeting may be viewed on the district's website at www.twinhalfpalmswater.net. The board reserves the right to discuss only or take action on any agenda on the agenda. Please turn off all your cell phones if you haven't already done so. And Cindy, may we have a roll call?
Yes. Director Arthur?
Present.
Director Coghill?
Here?
Director Leeser?
Present.
Director Woods? And Director Giannini is absent.
Okay. Are there any additions or deletions to the agenda, Cindy?
There are none.
Okay. Public comment. Please complete your request to be heard form prior to the start of the meeting. The public may address the board for 3 minutes on any district-related matters. Government code prevents the board from taking action on matters that are not on the agenda. However, the board may refer the matter to future considerations. I'm assuming we don't have any public comment. Okay. Item 1, consideration of Resolution 2402, intention to continue current existing water availability assessments of the 29 Palms Water District in the upcoming fiscal year, 2024 and 2025. So it is open for discussion.
Well, in my report, good afternoon, Vice President and members of the board. Before you today is our yearly intent to continue water availability assessment. The current water charge availability is $30 per acre less than, or $30 per parcel less than an acre. Parcels 2 through 5 acres are $30, and then every acre after is $8 to the 5th acre. Anything after 6 acres is $7.50, with a maximum of $1,200 for the charge for water availability. Currently, the district has five parcels that pay the maximum $1,200 for water availability. The funds collected for water availability are used for capital improvement projects, maintenance costs associated with the distribution and facilities, and operation expenses. Total parcels in the district that we are able to pull the water availability from are 13,568. They average to be about $43 a parcel, so a lot of those parcels are $30 parcels under 1 acre. I'm going to turn it over for the board. Just remember, this is a every year item that comes back in June for a public hearing, and it also followed by the adoption of water availability in June, and open for discussion.
Director Woods?
I
Director
just
Arthur?
want to make sure that I understand correctly. These are for those that already have meters installed.
No, water availability is anybody that is a parcel inside the water district boundary.
Okay.
So let's just say there's an area that doesn't have infrastructure, they still pay the water availability.
So this is still different than our ready to serve.
This is ready to, yes, it is.
Okay.
This is on your tax roll for the $30 under 1 acre. And
Got
most parcels are under that.
Got it.
Anything further, sir?
Nothing?
Director Leeser?
None.
And I have nothing.
Concur.
So may we have a motion on the adoption?
I'll make a motion.
Director Arthur motions. Second?
I'll second.
Amy seconds. So we have a motion and a second for the item. Roll call vote, please, Cindy.
Director Arthur?
Aye.
Director Coghill?
Aye.
Director Leeser?
Aye.
Director Woods? Aye. And Director Giannini is absent.
All right. Item number 2, nomination for a regular special district member of the Local Agency Formation Commission, or LAFCO, for San Bernardino County. Again, this will be open for discussion also.
So before you this afternoon, we have a nomination for the regular special districts member of San Bernardino County LAFCO. The San Bernardino County LAFCO is composed of 7 voting members, 2 which are composed from the county supervisor, 2 that are composed from city council members, and 2 from special districts, and there is a public member. The regular special district member is currently Dr. Kimberly Cox from the Mojave Water Agency. Attached to the board agenda item is the letter from LAFCO's executive officer, Samuel Martinez, and a bio from the Mojave Water Agency for Kimberly Cox. and the nomination form that the district will be filling out and getting back to them by tomorrow. Staff is making the recommendation to nominate Dr. Kimberly Cox to the LAFCO Board of San Bernardino as the special district member. I will open this up for discussion, and if you guys have any questions, I'd be glad to answer.
Director Woods? Director Arthur?
Nothing other than I think it's a good nomination.
I agree. Director Leeser?
Concur, let's do it.
Okay, so we're gonna need a motion for this also, gentlemen.
Motion to accept.
Seconded?
Motion and second, outstanding. Cindy, we may have a roll call vote, please?
Director Arthur?
Aye.
Director Coghill?
Yes.
Director Leeser?
Aye.
Director Woods?
Aye.
And Director Giannini is absent.
All right. Item 3, review and award engineering services for redundant treated water reservoir and booster pump station project at the fluoride removal plant.
She's
Start
good.
with
She's
Director
good.
Wood. I'm sorry. We'll start with General Manager. I apologize.
Yeah, so before you is the engineering services for this project. The district is looking to construct a 200,000 gallon finished water reservoir with a new booster station. Before giving the staff report, I just want to, somebody that's not here with us tonight that has really helped me with this project is an engineer named Michael Thomas with ESG Engineering. I want to give him some credit kind of before I go through the staff report. On January 10th, staff, along with ESG Engineering, put together an RFP, which is a request for proposal on public purchase for engineering services for this job. With a mandatory job walk and proposals due by February 20th, the district received 2 proposals, one from Albert A. Webb and Associates, and the other one from Kennedy Jenks Consultants. Attached with the staff report is the original RFP that went on public purchase and the 2 proposals from the engineering firms. After receiving both proposals, district staff put together a review team to score and give recommendations for engineering services. Michael Thomas, again from ESG Engineering Services, Marina West, General Manager from Bighorn Desert Water Agency, and myself were on a team to look at these proposals and make a recommendation. In the staff report, there is a scoring sheet and a memo from Michael Thomas on how the district looked at these proposals and how we scored them. Staff is making the recommendation for the board to allow the general manager to negotiate and sign into contract with Albert A. Webb and Associates in the amount of $216,669 for engineering services for the redundant reservoir and booster station at the treatment plant. Also, there will be a contingency for future unknowns of $33,331. It's a 15% contingency that we'll put with the bid for this contract not to exceed $250,000. If the board has any questions, I'd be glad to answer.
Director Woods, comments, criticisms?
Question.
Yes.
So the RFP was for the engineering services,
Correct.
not the construction
Correct.
of the booster pump station, right?
And the reservoir, correct.
Right. And we don't have any idea of the price for that right now.
Construction-wise? No, through the process of engineering, we'll get an engineer's
That's when we
estimate.
would get that,
Yeah,
okay.
Correct.
So there's no way to know that right now.
Not right now.
Okay, thanks.
Director Arthur?
Did we, for the engineering, did we have a number budgeted or did we not?
Yeah, in the fiscal year, there's $400,000 budgeted for redundant water reservoir and booster station. And just to throw something else out there, KJ Kennedy Jenks is our in-house engineer. We did not choose them through the process, although we've worked very close with KJ at the treatment plant. We found that both firms were very competitive and could do this job. The pricing that is in both proposals was a main reason, but also time of getting the project done 2 months early was another reason why we went with Webb. Just so you guys are aware.
It's a very transparent report and outlined the difference in the prices and, yeah.
Found where the budget was right after you'd said. So, yeah.
Director Leeser?
No questions, I'm happy.
I have.
I have one. Sorry.
Please, go ahead.
So Okay, so the money here is for the engineering services.
Correct.
And then there's going to be the construction. But in the budget, that $400,000 that you talked about that was in the budget, does that include your budget? It does not include your budget for engineering services?
Correct.
Okay.
So we'll be back to budget in June. We'll start our budget talks. CIP projects, you guys will see for preferably January, February timeframe, us starting construction on this new reservoir. And there'll be another line item for construction of finished water reservoir and booster pump. And we'll transfer some of that money over too. So there will be another line item next fiscal year for construction.
Next fiscal year?
Next fiscal year.
Okay.
Correct. Any other questions? Okay, looking for a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, Director Arthur moves. 2 seconds.
I'll second.
Okay, Randy. All right. Sydney, may we have a roll call vote on the item?
Director Arthur?
Aye.
Director Cosmo?
Yes.
Director Leeser?
Aye.
Director Woods?
Aye.
Director Giannini is absent.
Thank you, Cindy. Item 4, formation of an ad hoc committee for employee MOU contracts. Open for discussion. General Manager?
In late January, our local 1902 ABSME, American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees Union, has reached out with a letter of renegotiating a successor MOU, Memorandum of Understanding. District staff believes in good faith of all parties, transparency, and best interest of the district. It would be beneficial to form this ad hoc committee for the contract MOU negotiations, open for discussion. And again, the recommendation would just be that we pick 2 people tonight to be on an ad hoc committee for this MOU negotiation.
And I understand that, even though Carol is absent, I understand she's also interested in becoming one of those members.
Yep, Carol just wanted to pass on, she was interested in the ad hoc committee, but she was very comfortable as well as you guys making a recommendation and then voting on the recommendation tonight, if there was somebody else interested as well. And we're looking for two members for this ad hoc committee.
I'll take it on. I'll volunteer. Unless somebody wants it.
I think the 2 of you have a lot of experience in that, so way more than myself.
That's okay. That's good with me.
We're
I
good?
guess it's Carolyn.
You want to make a nomination or a recommendation and then vote on it?
Let's see. I'll
Do you need
I'll
nomination?
recommend Carol, because obviously she said she wanted to be there, so we have 2. 2 members on the ad hoc committee would be Carol and Randy, and I guess we're going to do a roll call vote on that, unless there's any further discussion.
Need a second.
I'll second.
Okay.
Director Arthur?
Aye.
Director Coghill?
Yes.
Director Leeser?
Yes.
Director Woods?
Aye.
And Director Giannini is absent.
Okay. Item 5, the consent calendar. Matters under the consent calendar are to be considered routine and will be enacted by a single motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless the board, staff, or the public request specific items to be removed for separate discussion and action before the board votes on the motion to adopt. They will include the minutes of the regular meeting held on February 28th, 2024, and the audit list. Any motions for the approval of the audit list?
Motion to approve.
I second.
Okay. Moved and seconded. We can do this by vote from the dais, so all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Item 6, there is none because there were no items removed. Item 7, management reports. We'll start out with maintenance. Supervisor Minitry.
Good evening, Board of Directors. The Operation and Maintenance Department performed the following tasks during the month of February. Responded to 45 USAs. We had 4 leak audits, painted 29 fire hydrants. We had 41 shutoffs. We had 637 total complete work orders, exercised 237 valves, had 2 new services, 1 mainline leak. There were a total There were 1,267 past due bills totaled $6,698. And the pay meters, we were down 7% in the same month in 2023 compared to the same month in 2023. And if the board has any questions, I'd be glad to answer any questions.
Comments or questions? Director Woods? Director Arthur?
Nothing.
Director Leisure?
We're apparently growing less weed.
Exactly.
No other comments.
Waterman leak. Comments, criticisms,
Yes,
concerns?
over on Crestview, up there on the hill of Adobe Road in Crestview, it was a ginormous athol tree that broke the old AC line there, yes.
Old AC lines.
And I just wanted to say thank you to the ladies in the office for helping us with the customer that called in, and the crew that was out there, and Robert's crew, everybody was out there helping, cleaning up the streets. That's the weekend prior that it rained and flooded, 2 Mile was completely flooded. So on my way to work, I didn't even notice it because there was so much rain,
Oh, yeah.
you know, and
Yeah.
then we started getting no water calls and stuff like that.
Yep.
Or low pressure.
Got to pull the tree out of the ground to fix it?
What's that?
Did you have to pull the tree out of the ground to fix it?
You know what? It's still there.
Oh, really?
And, yeah, we had to cut, the city actually helped us out too, so I want to say thank you to the city. They came over and cut a lot of the tree down for us and disposed of it, so I want to say thank you to them too.
Sounds like everybody worked hard together to get the job done.
Oh, absolutely. There was a
Outstanding.
lot of cleanup. We're still cleaning it up.
Outstanding.
Another shout out to the city for helping us. I appreciate them.
Thank you, Mike.
And really quick, Bob, just where we can take the tree down in the right of way, we usually do reach out to the city because
Yeah.
it is in the right of way. Also, that customer of the lot was saying that is her tree, so we had to be very careful on how we worked around that. It was really close to the right of way, really close to her parcel.
Yeah.
Where part of that tree does go into her parcel. So we just cut down what we could to kind of do the repair and get the roots away from it, and the staff did an amazing job, so I just wanted to kind of throw that
So
in.
I take it wasn't a Joshua tree then, huh?
Not a Joshua tree, no. Big info.
Oh, boy.
Do Joshua trees count in Ramponds?
I don't
They're
know.
not indigenous.
I don't know. Water quality. Supervisor Shell.
Water quality for February 2024. Chlorine levels, the average maintained in our distribution system was a 0.58 milligrams per liter. Bacteria samples, a total of 40 routine samples were collected throughout the distribution system. All came back absent for call alert. Fluoride samples, a total of 15 samples were collected at established test points throughout the distribution system, with the average being 1.4 milligrams per liter of fluoride. Water production, we increased 1% compared to a year ago, but we're still down 13% compared to 2013.
All right. Questions, Director Woods? Director Rucker?
Nothing.
Director Leisure?
Nothing, thank you.
You got off easy, Robert.
Hey.
Thank you, sir. In finance, I see we have Scott with us tonight. Scott, you're up.
Good evening, directors. So included in your packet tonight is the financial reports through January of 2024. From a budget perspective, our target budget percentage would be 58% of the budget as of the end of January. I just want to call attention to the P&L summary report, just to look at a few of these high-level categories, just to show how well the district is performing thus far this fiscal year on that target. Our operating revenues are at 61%, so just slightly over budget there due to consumption that gets higher in the summer months. Non-operating revenues are at 94%. That's driven by our capital impact fees that is budgeted conservatively due to the unpredictable nature of those fees. Operating expenses at 60%, so right on that target. That would be 58. Non-operating expenses is at 75%. That is a little trending ahead of budget there due to the timing. We made our pension OPEB trust contribution. Rather than make it to the trust, it was transferred to class, where it's earning, as of last month, I think 5.5%, and not restricted like it would be in the trust, so performing very well there.
That's good.
And debt service at 50%, that's due to the timing of when those payments are made. So overall, expenses and debt service is at 61%, which is pretty spot on to budget this far into the year. And then away from the financials, I also just want to remind the board of the upcoming budget items. Just our budget calendar. The plan will be that we will deliver a draft budget to the board in May that we will bring back in June for approval. So Matt and I will be sitting down, working through those items in the coming weeks to get that ready to bring to you in May. Happy to answer any questions.
Director Woods?
No.
Director Arthur?
No questions.
Director Leisure?
No questions, thank you.
Do you forecast any hiccups?
No, sir. Not in this current fiscal year, fiscal '24. I do not think there's been anything major, unforeseen thing that's come to light, to my knowledge.
Nothing looming on the radar screen?
No, sir. Not that I can see.
Okay, good.
One of the things, though, that I can see, just being part of the district and revenue, we've got services coming in to hotels and to a new car wash, that those capital impact fees are going to look even more, as 94% now, we're going to be higher by a lot because we really predict those numbers low for CIP, or for
those capital, we
impact
put in a
fees.
conservative estimate each year that I think every year, since I've been assisting with the district's finances, we always exceed. But given its unpredictable nature, we never want to overestimate it and get our revenues too high there.
So with the Reset Hotel going in, 3 or 4 services, 2-inch services, those improvement fees are really high. The 1.5-inch service down there for the car wash, that's going to be going in really high. And we've got a potential of some housing kind of going on. So when you guys see that revenue, maybe end of this fiscal year, beginning of next fiscal year, there's reasoning, because again, we're very conservative on those capital impact fees. I wanted to bring that to everybody's attention, that it's not going to be like that every year.
Right,
Yes.
right. Okay, thank you, Scott. And General Manager, you're up.
Alrighty, I just want to again thank ESG and Michael Thomas for all their work with Finished Water Reservoir. He's not done. He is acting as our representative to help through the process of procuring the job and doing the contract. So I wanted to thank him again personally towards the end of this meeting. In the month, this month, the district had a pretty large shutdown for the car wash. We had to abandon a water line in the alley, which a contractor did. Mike's crew and Robert's crew really prepped, and we were there from 6 in the morning to 9 at night. The contractor had some issues where district staff had to be there to make sure water lines went back on. It was a very long day, and our team did amazing for how young we are. I think it's to be noted that we're doing that kind of work where they worked from 6 to 9. So it was a very long day. Nothing that we could have done different to make it an easier day. The issues that we were having were with the contractor. But being there to make sure that our water lines got turned back on, I just wanted to thank staff, Mike, Robert, the staff, for taking care of our system, our customers, and putting the district above all else. So it was a hard, long night, and we were all out there kind of in the battle with it. So April 17th, I just wanted to let you guys be aware that we're doing a Sacramento Day. The Community Water System Alliance is going to make its way up there. And also on April 17th, the Chrome 6 MCL should be coming out that day. Are we going to be there to be giving public comment? More than likely, and I plan on being up in Sacramento on the 17th to hear what the new Chrome 6 number will be. So I just wanted to give you guys a heads up on that. Over this month, the 2-mile booster station and the emergency generators are not out back anymore. So Mike and Robert got those through construction, through compliance with air management districts. So we have both emergency generators that we got through the grant funds at the sites up and running. So that's pretty important for us because our 3 generators can now go to bigger wells. And that will be in the new year's budget to maybe get one more at another one of the booster stations that's really important at Cactus. So we're working on that. And I just, last night's city council meeting, I was there. Larry needed me to kind of speak on a couple items, so I did get to speak. But I also got the chance to meet the new city manager. There was a contract awarded last night to the new city manager. Mr. Stone James out of Cathedral City currently is where he works. I just congratulated him and welcomed him to our community. He is going to be moving to the community and
Oh,
purchasing a home. And I look forward to working with him and continuing positive results for this community. So I just wanted to congratulate him and welcome him aboard last night at his contract being awarded last night. So if the board has any questions, I'd be glad to answer.
Director Lewis?
No?
Director Harper? Nothing. Director Leeser?
None, thank you, ma'am.
One question
Yes,
I have. The generator that was stolen and recovered in for repairs, any ideas on when it's going to be back and how much it's going to cost to get it back to full service?
Cost-wise, we do have a cost, but we are turning that over to insurance, so we're paying our premiums and that'll be covered.
Good.
They were kind of towards the end of the repairs and some new parts are not functioning. So
Oh.
we did get just a heads up, I think 2 days ago, that some of the new clusters that they bought are not working. So my understanding is we could have that new generator, or our generator back very soon. But I don't know if we got an ETA yet on the generator yet.
Working on the parts.
The parts are the issue right now. So brand new part that they put in, fired everything up and it isn't working as well. So the generator is still out.
Is our insurance company going to cover the whole expense for getting it back online?
Everything but the deductible.
Everything but the, and what is our deductible?
I believe there, and Cindy could maybe help me, I believe it's $1,000.
Yes, I believe so.
And just so you know, we front the cost, full cost repairs.
Right. And then get reimbursed by them.
Reimbursed
Yeah.
from our insurance company.
I just was wondering about how it's coming along, because I'm just glad we got it back.
Are they
And you
gonna
guys did a
can-
great job of getting it back.
Are they gonna cancel our coverage and move out of state?
I don't think we can do
Knowing that
that.
we're in a joint power, I think.
Yeah, we can't do that.
Makes it probably safe,
Don't give them ideas.
like car insurance and homeowners policies.
Yeah. Okay, are there any future agenda items and staff tasks or director's comments?
I have a comment.
Yes, ma'am.
So around mid-March, I was down the hill and I got a phone call and it was Mr. Schrag. And Mr. Schrag informed me that there was a portion of the district office that was on fire. And this was the first notification that I had received of it. And he proceeded to let me know what was going on. And he was there because I believe police and fire had asked for someone from the water district to go and do something with the hydrants or the water pressure or something to be able to save what buildings could be saved. It ended up being our transportation building that had burned. And I just wanted to say thank you, because I believe the first thing I said was, this can't be good. You're calling me on a Saturday afternoon, this can't be good. I had no idea that it would be the place where I worked. So
Oh, wow.
Well, I've got to push credit where credit's due. We see a fire, we go, because we want to make sure our system is solid. Mike Minitry lives around the corner. So my first call was from Mike Minitry. And then Mike said, Matt, we need to reach out to Amy. We can't get a hold of anybody.
yes.
And in a small community like this is how we function. And I always try to tell people, you want to know why we're successful, it's because we care and we're willing to jump on that phone and get down there.
Amen.
Mike was out and about in the system, checking on pressures, making sure that the fire department knew if we needed to kick on a booster station or do anything extra there, we would, because there are certain things we can do when there's a fire. But anybody sees a fire in our district and it's a water district guy, we are almost out there immediately, because we want to make sure the system is solid and that everything is working well. So I was glad to reach out. You were right. It wasn't, we had to try to get a hold of the Morongo Basin, school district. And I think shortly after we got a hold of you, I think people started trickling back to Mike. So it was good that we all kind of have each other's numbers and how we jump in to help in those situations. And I was glad to call you, so.
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate the notification. I appreciate the ability to get other people there. I appreciate the fire department's quick response that saved everything but that building. So just thank you very much. That was very, very good community relations. So thank you.
Yeah, good job, man. Good job, Mike. Okay. Any other comments or want to see anything on the agenda? Nothing like that? Do we have a motion to adjourn?
I move to adjourn.
Any
Second.
Moved and seconded to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We're adjourned.